So first thing is there are different kinds of functions here also. Useful functions, harmful functions. No further classification of harmful functions, but useful functions are divided into, or there are three types of useful functions: productive, providing, and corrective. There are three types of providing functions: supporting, transport, and measurement. Each of these functions, each of these operations has a cost associated with them and a value that they add to the system. So this we already saw. The productive functions are useful functions that bring about irreversible changes in a product's parameters. For example, to form a helmet, or injection molding through which the shape of the bottle is the bottle is given its shape. So the litmus test for productive functions is that whatever change they brought about should be evident and available in the end product. That change should be evident and available in the end product. And some parameters should have been changed. Some parameters are changed irreversibly so that they are also visible in the product. That is what is called as a productive function. Providing functions are again useful functions that help perform other useful functions. For example, transport. Now, moving food from the kitchen to the hostel, does it add value to the food?
No, sir.
No.
No,
But
sir.
it ensures that a process of the food that the kitchen had prepared is now available to the end customer. So it is ensuring that things move smoothly. Measuring the food. Okay, I'm putting 2 or 500 milligrams or 500 grams of something. That doesn't add value to the food, but it's an important step because that is the only basis on which I will get paid. Supporting functions. So let us look at the details of providing functions there. So supporting functions are providing functions that temporarily change parameters of a product. For example, to bend a metal rod, a lot of force is needed, but if you heat the metal rod, it can be bent with much less force. In this case, bending the rod is a productive function because the rod would appear as bent after the operation, after the activity has been completed. But applying heat to the rod is a supporting function. Are you able to see this? So
Yes,
supporting functions bring about a temporary change in the parameters of a product so that other functions can happen much easier at a lower cost. Okay, they are like catalysts. Then transport functions, it's as the name suggests, it is moving material from one place to another, changing their coordinates. Except, for example, if you say that you are a logistics partner. Logistic partners means you are a partner whose entire job is to move material from one place to another. Then it is no longer a supporting function. It is no longer a providing function. Then that transport function in itself becomes a productive function. So moving material. So we were talking about steel ball bearings. They were moving from one part of the shaft floor to the other. That movement was a transport function. So it was a providing function. The belts, the conveyor belts in various factory shaft floors, they're also only doing providing function. Now this food delivery thing, if it is such that, if we talk of Zomato, so why do I hire Zomato? Because I know that, okay, first it will provide my order to them, give my order to them, and then it will deliver the product to me. So that movement or the change in coordinates of the object is what is most desired. That is the reason why I took that service up. In that case, that transport function is not called a transport function, but it becomes a productive function. A courier person, that is a productive function. Uber, transport is not a providing function there. For Uber, transport of cargo or men or passengers is a productive function, because that is the main objective for which the system existed. Okay. Third type of providing function is measurement function, where we kind of measure some parameters of the material objects. For example, thermometer informs a worker about temperature of the product. So measurement functions are also there in every system. You want to bring some order some grocery, so the grocery has to be measured and the stuff has to be then delivered to your home. So measurement function is there. Then there are corrective functions. They are useful functions that are directed at a defect. What is a defect? A defect is a substance or field object that impairs performance of a useful function or performs a harmful function. Okay. For example, the bottle that we talked about, the polishing of the bottle so that these extra plastic that had got formed, this polishing is a corrective function. So over here also they are showing some polishing so that defects related to welding joints can be corrected. So these are corrective functions. Now, just like for products, we make a table for function models of for modeling the processes also. We can use the legend productive, providing, details of providing function, measurement, supporting, transport, or corrective. Okay. So if you look at the blow method or the bottle manufacturing process, we look at, okay, injection molding. What is the function? Plastic pellets plasticized. Is it a useful function? Yes. Type is productive. Level of performance, normal. Cost, very high. Okay. Now, creation of preforms, plastic injected into partisans. Useful function again. But now it is a providing function, because at the end of the entire process, you do not see those small preforms. You see a finally built up bottle. So this is a providing function, but a supporting one. It helps to build the final bottle from these partisans. Okay. Then moving these partisans to the bottling site, that is transport, orienting them, unscrambling the partisans, putting them in such a way that every lid kind of is facing up. That is again a providing function. And then the blow and stretch process, that is a productive function. Cooling again is a productive function, because after cooling, when this product goes out of market, you notice that the temperature is room temperature or lower or whatever. So it is therefore a productive function. And then trimming, that is cleaning up this, is a corrective function. Okay. So now notice that there is an I placed here. Why do you think this is placed here? What was the problem that we were discussing? In bottle injection process flow, what was the problem that we were discussing, that we wanted to solve?
Some white marks, what we get.
Some haze that one would get in the plastic. So because that is happening, I call this as an insufficient level. We know that, okay, plastic के अंदर वो तब होगा जब cooling खराब होगी. When the cooling is not correct, that is when this haze happens. So that is where this function is happening insufficiently. Okay. The cost of this function is already low. It does not take I'm just cooling, so it does not take much energy. ये तो scavenge कर रहा है. This is simply scavenging the heat from your system. So cost is low, fairly low, but it still is happening insufficiently. That is why that haze gets formed. So